You ever wish that your pulse rifle hit like a rocket launcher? Meet the Mint Retrograde, the newest addition to Destiny 2, with its first iteration of being a rocket-assisted pulse rifle. Just like with a rocket-assisted sidearm, this pulse uses special ammo, but this weapon fires in 3 short bursts that travels in a straight line. This weapon can provide support in both ad clear and even boss DPS. To get this weapon, you are going to need to clear Pinnacle Ops, where you have a chance to get this weapon from chests while clearing parts of the activity. You can farm this to get the weapon, but you just have to be very lucky to get it. Now you might be wondering, what are some of the perks for this weapon and which ones should I be looking out for? Well, here are the ones that I think are the best in both columns. In third, we have rewind rounds. When this weapon's magazine is empty, it refills from reserves based on the number of hits. Next, we have Envious Arsenal. Dealing damage with both equipped weapons before readying this one refills it from reserves. And lastly, we have Beacon Rounds. Final blows with this weapon grant your projectiles tracking and increase reload speed. Dealing further damage extends the duration. Now, overall, I do think that Rewind and Envious is just a little bit better compared to Beacon. Beacon Rounds is definitely better in ad clear situations. Rewind and Envious are definitely the ones that you want in any DPS situations, so definitely would focus on those two. Now, let's move on over to the fourth column, where we have perks like Bait and Switch. Dealing damage with all equipped weapons within a short time gives this weapon a damage boost, which is for 30%. Next, we have Elemental Honing. Dealing unique elemental damage grants this weapon a stacking damage bonus. This bonus is increased for kinetic weapons. This grants 35%, but the thing is with this one, you definitely want to make sure that your build is down to a T, specifically on Prismatic, because you have to do every element worth of damage to get this bonus. And then lastly, One for All, hitting 3 separate targets increases damage for an improved duration. Now, One for All, I will say, is probably better in the ad clear capabilities. Mix that with the Beacon Rounds, it might be a very solid choice, which then leaves just Bait and Switch and Elemental Honing up for debate on which one is the best. Overall, on paper, Elemental Honing is without a doubt the better of the two, because it does get 35% at max stacks, but the thing is, you have to get the max stacks by doing all elemental damage. So every single affinity, so that's Void, Arc, Solar, Stasis, and then Strand automatically gets proc, because Mint Retrograde is Strand. Now you might be wondering, Johnson, what do you think is the best role for this? And at a baseline version of this weapon, I do think that the god role for this is without a doubt Volatile Launch, High Explosive Ordnance, Envious Arsenal, and Bait and Switch. Only reason why I think this is because Bait and Switch is very accessible to most users and is not as constricting as Elemental Honing is, where you have to have every single element, and it does waste slots in your build. For Bait and Switch, not that hard, very easy, and it also ties in wonderfully with Envious Arsenal, so definitely think this is the one. But if you do have that rotation of Elemental Honing, it is still a very solid choice, and it actually does do a little bit more damage than Bait and Switch, but in my honest opinion, I think it's Bait and Switch without a doubt. Another very solid role that you can get for ad clear capabilities is Volatile Launch, High Explosive Ordnance, Beacon Rounds, and One for All. Beacon Rounds, like I said previously, final blows with the weapon grants your projectiles tracking and it gives you an increased reload, while One for All does increase damage just by hitting 3 targets. Another perk that you can also roll on this is Chain Reaction, which is also very solid, but I still think One for All altogether is still better because it provides a little bit more damage compared to Chain Reaction. Now, do me a favor, let me know down in the comments what you think about this weapon. I have been using this weapon religiously since its release, and I can't get over how strong it is. If you found this video entertaining or even informative, dropping a like and a comment helps me out a ton. And if you are coming back and you aren't subbed, would definitely recommend you sub now so you never miss another video, and not to mention it's free and only takes 2 clicks. Now, thank you guys for staying until the end of the video. My name is Johnson, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.